Would you like some sewing supplies?
Why are we even doing a Christmas-themed episode?
Because we didn't have anything to open the iris on.
Stop eating the paper.
Panic, terror, devastating destruction. The world shudders as the most sinister secret organization ever conceived by the human mind launches its plot to dominate the Earth. A secret conclave of the world's top diplomats assembles to select the one man who can save the world from this evil force. And here he is, our man Flint, James Coburn. Well, even the world's greatest secret agent has to relax once in a while. But when Flint goes to work, he works swiftly, surely, and with finesse. Our man Flint. What a man. What excitement. What a picture.
Merry Christmas, apparently, from License to Swill. Every once in a while, we're going to jump around. We're not going to do James Bond movies. And this is our first non-Bond episode. And we have a special thing lined up as far as the movie. What do we just talked about?
Oh, we just watched Our Man Flint from 1966.
And since we have a different kind of movie, and since things are chilly in the rest of the world, except
Here.
not here,
Not
shoot in Florida, we decided we want a really cold drink. So, Dave, what are you gonna make for us?
I'm gonna make a galaxy.
Okay, go make the goddamn drink.
I'll go make the goddamn drink. Alright, today I'm going to be making the Galaxy, named after the evil organization from the movie. It's a terrible drink, don't make it. But if you are going to, here's how to do it right. Start with 2 containers of semi-crushed ice. One of them gets an ounce of vodka, 3/4 of an ounce of peach schnapps. This is where it starts getting weird. They both get 3/4 of an ounce of blue Curaçao. Blue Curaçao is something you can drink if you hate yourself and you love candy. The one on the left also gets 3/4 of an ounce of Grenadine to make it nice and disgusting looking, and a full ounce of white tequila. And now that we have all that, the piece de resistance is they each also get an ounce of lemonade. Then you fire up the blender. And you try and make it layered and fail. If you get it kind of right, with the help of a bar spoon, this is going to be impossible. And that is a galaxy. Trust me, it looks a lot better than it tastes.
Happy birthday, Jesus!
This is horrible.
It's fucking really bad.
Tastes like tequila and sugar water. This is fucking bad.
This tastes like a fucking mixed drink you get at a fair. This sucks.
I'm just not getting anything through the ice.
Suck it like you mean it, Joe.
I'm done with college.
I do wish this drink was better.
It looks pretty.
It's just fucking...
But
It's like a snow cone, like because it just melts and just becomes gross.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not good to begin with. You get the aftertaste of tequila with just a whole bunch of sugar and water that's
What kind
watered
of
all
tequila
down.
did you use?
It's supposed to just be white, unflavored tequila.
This is what I'm saying. What specifically? Which one did you use?
Cazadores.
Okay.
So it's not bad tequila either.
Right.
It's not like I'm using bottom of the barrel Jose Cuervo with, yellow dye number 9. Like, I know Cazadores is not the best, but it should be enough to make a passable drink, which this isn't. Looks really pretty, but the looks can be deceiving. Is this the first time we all agreed on a drink?
Well, yeah, it's just universally no.
It's agreement.
I mean,
Well,
it's,
I mean, because he liked the caviar crap and all that, which
Right.
was just putrid.
it's not
I hate this $100 caviar.
fucking okay. Great. It's expensive shit. It's still shit.
You're a foolish man, Mr. Flint.
It's not remarkably bad.
No, it's not horrible. It's just not good. There's a better use of ingredients that isn't this.
It is very unlike the movie. The movie is hits all the flavors perfectly.
How do we would compare this to like Galaxy as an organization though? Because Galaxy was good idea, but the execution isn't that good.
There's no drive-in theater hanging out in this.
That's a good point.
Yeah, there is no.
Because like Galaxy's fun. Galaxy is a fun organization. It's like Spectre's like
Fun.
groovy. It's like Spectre's groovy party. Like this is just not fucking fun. This is gross.
Yeah.
All right, so this not being a Bond movie, it's not going to exactly apply to the categories that we have, but I mean, we're going to try our best. For the most part, all the Bond spin-offs usually have most of the same things: excessive drinking, a lot of gratuitous sex, all that fun stuff. So for our categories, we've got 5 of them. We've got babes, we've got booze, we got baddies, we got gadgets, and we got music. We're going to rate those on a scale from 001 to 007.
Okay, so for our first category, babes, there are 5 of note. 6, because we got the 4 assistants, Leslie, Anna, Gina, and Sakito, and then
Assistants.
assistants. And then we have Gila. There's a Gina and a Gila.
Yeah.
It's bad writing. And then we have Gila. Was it the two Bob theory? You're not supposed to have 2 characters of either the same name or of similar names because it gets fucking confusing. I think it's called the 2 Bob theory. Anyway, we have Gila, who works for Galaxy, and then we have essentially Moneypenny. It's the first black Moneypenny, 60 years before
Moneypenny.
James Bond did it.
Yeah.
The new James Bond did it. Code cracker, fucking. So yeah, I was like, oh wow, look at that. She's got lines. She's actually helpful. It's a fairly progressive role for what is essentially just a dumb spy exploitation rip-off parody thing.
It's a very Lieutenant Uhura part.
It is. Well, no, not really, because Uhura just repeats what the computer already says. She's a code cracker, so like she has to decipher. So she actually does the deciphering for it.
True. But
So at the very,
it's similar.
yeah, no, she's not. Yeah, she's not fucking making any major decisions, and she's not like a. Yeah, it's certainly it's a step up from nothing, which is what you get from. Think of the last 3 Bond movies we did.
Fair enough.
Yeah, she doesn't have a fucking name, so it can't be that goddamn great.
What's your rating on babes, or do we go around?
Oh, there's a whole lot of 60s pointy tits in this.
Oh yeah,
right
from the
intro.
credit sequence.
Oh yeah.
Just
Oh, yeah.
pointers.
Just a whole lot of just fucking banana seats the whole way. You never heard that term before?
No.
Just fucking banana seats the whole way through. gores really need to focus just on the movie itself. We can't do it like we do the James Bond movies where we do them based on other James Bond movies. So just for this, I will say the babes are 5, just by fucking sheer amount anyway. Just for sheer amount and in variety, yeah, 5 for me.
I'm gonna go even higher. The actress who plays Gila, whose name is apparently also Gila, is gorgeous. She's got a lot to do. The 4 assistants do nothing, but they're also all gorgeous. The credit sequence has a naked woman. The Moneypenny character has a lot to do, and she's also gorgeous, even in a military dress uniform, which should be physically impossible because they make it to make you look like a trash bag. So I'll give it a good 6. Excellent. Like, the babes are quality, and the ones who do have parts have good parts and do it well.
They got good parts.
They got good parts in this movie. Bah!
As for my rating, I'm going to give it a 5 as well. I thought all the girls in here were pretty gorgeous. The 4 assistants that Flint has, you know, they're all of different ethnicities or nationalities, and I thought that was, you know, obviously that's just kind of a fun thing to do just for fun. And then Gila, she's gorgeous. There's a couple scenes of her like in a bikini when they're on Galaxy Island, and there's also all the sex slaves that they program on the island. There's lots of girls here. But yeah, the only reason I wouldn't rate it higher is because it's not like, yeah, like obviously we're not comparing it to the other James Bond movies, but like Pussy Galore and having like a strong female character. There's the one captain, but she's a pretty side character. I kind of wish there was a little bit more. I kind of wish there was more maybe from like Gila specifically, but overall, yeah, the babes are gorgeous. The intro, there's tits in your face. It's like it. Immediately, it's like there's going to be gorgeous babes in the movie, so I can't complain.
That's pretty much exactly why I did the 5, is because like not to compare it to the other Bond movies, but like when you have characters like Honey Rider and Pussy Galore, like you can see what you can do with a female character in this kind of setting, and then for them to just be, oh, the French girl has a French dress on, like. It is nice that they have like the different ethnicities and different nationalities, like you mentioned. It's a real IHOP, international house of personalities. So it is fun to see that, but beyond that gag, there's really nothing. Plus, they all get turned into robot whores.
Well, they get deprogrammed because he says one thing to them, and they're like.
For a brief moment in time, they were robot whores.
They were robot whores.
I mean, if James Coburn whispers sweet nothing into your ear, you're probably going to follow him too. So
no problem right there.
Giant fucking horse teeth just fucking clanging in your goddamn ear.
Hello, I'm Mr. Ed. A horse is a horse, of course, and no one can talk to a horse, of course. That is, of course, unless the horse is the famous Mr. Ed.
Booze, which there's not a lot in this movie. There is, however, bouillabaisse.
So that's the new category, is bouillabaisse?
Bouillabaisse.
Babes, bouillabaisse.
Baddies, yeah.
There is more bouillabaisse. There's at least 3 instances of bouillabaisse.
Three high-quality bouillabaisses at that.
Yeah, well, one's in like a dive bar, but apparently it's a really good bouillabaisse.
But that was still a really fun sequence though, because like when they set it up, you're like, oh, that's gonna be kind of funny. He's gonna go different, and then they show it, and it's literally just he sits down, he's like, he smells it, he tastes it, and he gets up, he just gets the fuck out of there.
Check, please.
I've had bouillabaisse like once or twice. It's not good. It's fish soup.
As I say, it's just seafood soup, right?
It's like mostly fish. Like I like lots of
it had
seafood.
shrimp in it too.
It does, but I'm not.
They make bouillabaisse in New Orleans, right?
Yes. So we can all try it. Like fish?
I've literally never heard of it until we watched this movie.
Sakes, you're sheltered.
I don't understand
I'm
that
very
at all.
sheltered. I mean, look how pale I am.
My rating for the booze is going to be 2, and it's only not 1 because the bouillabaisse joke got me fucking laughing my ass off. So if we're lumping fish soup into the booze category for the alliteration joke, I'm giving it a 2.
I'm gonna give it a 2 as well. He drinks probably brandy in one scene, and that's the kind of like, if I like any liquor, that's kind of what I like. But he drinks in maybe 2 scenes, and one scene we're not quite sure. He doesn't really drink it either. You don't really see him drink it, so it's like it's okay. But yeah, the bouillabaisse thing, that was fun. I think if we were to call the category bouillabaisse, I might give it like a 4, but just because that was a really great sequence. It was a lot of fun.
I think when he was eating bouillabaisse, I think he drank wine. Like they poured him a glass of wine. At least they poured him a glass of wine anyway. But either way, it's just the category's fucking booze, you morons. So it's 1.
Bouillabaisse.
He drinks brandy, and even then he probably doesn't. I think he just fucks instead. So no, we're good. It's fucking 1.
At least it's not garbage gin.
Yeah, at least it's not barely drinking any garbage vodka.
No, instead we do that.
Yeah, clearly. And I used good vodka for this too.
Yeah, no,
pop-off.
it's just the drink itself is just.
I was like, this needs all the help it can get.
It's a fucking headache in a glass.
And it's got a bendy straw. All right, so for our next category is baddies, and we've got kind of a fun little group here. There's the 3 scientists who are leading the galaxy group that are trying to altruistically save the world and all that by being in power, while also simultaneously having an island of sex slaves
and killing people.
They've got a couple henchmen that try and stop Flint throughout the movie. We've got Gila, who she's the main love interest for the movie. She starts off bad, and then she switches sides. There's Hans Gruber, who's a guy who's definitely not in a bald cap.
Former Hitler Youth.
Escaped
during the Nuremberg trials.
Escaped during the Nuremberg trials.
And then there's the German guy. I blanked on his name.
I am Malcolm Rodney. Oh, yes.
Well, it's not that he's German. It's that I think the joke was that he was a British soldier that basically went to the German side because he thought that the Germans were going to win. And then
okay, so that's why he's always picking the wrong side.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you're always
choosing
choosing the wrong
side.
side. Yeah.
Okay, so I wasn't sure if that was him specifically making a joke at like Germans' expense, like as people, or was it just him?
No, I think he's basically just saying like you're a fucking turncoat.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I got from
Gotcha.
it. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder what it is that always makes the Rodneys choose the wrong side. Enjoy your defiance. It'll be the last pleasure you have on this earth.
So our baddies in the movie Galaxy, their plan basically to control the world is they figure out a way to control the weather. They make extreme weather events, like storms, rain, tornadoes, hurricanes, all that fun stuff. So that leads everyone who are like the ambassadors, kind of like a UN called Zowie. It's for like espionage and stuff like that. They're all a bunch of headless chickens in there. They're just constantly scared.
UN.
Yeah, they're all just like waiting around for the phone to ring and stuff like that.
UN.
But yeah.
But they hire someone that gets something done. So not the UN.
Not the UN.
But yeah, so those were our baddies. I thought, lot of fun. Their lair was great. When Flint gets brought in, there's these giant lights on the wall with numbers on them, and then there's a lot of cool sets in the factory and all the machinery and stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff there. So yeah, great. If I were to give my rating 6, I really enjoyed it. I thought all the characters were pretty funny. There's some great setups. Hans Gruber, him eating food in the dive bar, and then his monocle falls in, and he never gets it out. It's still there throughout the whole scene. Just those little bits. That stuff was a lot of fun.
I think I'd go 5 again. There's a lot of fun there, but it's not. It's not gimmicky enough for my tastes. Mm-hmm. Like I do like it. I like Hans Gruber, and I like the kinds of villains that they have. But and I guess it is kind of the joke in and of itself that Galaxy is just 3 fucking dorks.
Right. There's like a big disconnect with that.
Right, right. And it's not like, it's not a guy with a fucking scar and eye patch, fucking stroking a dragon or whatever, but it's just 3 fucking doofuses. We called one of them Bud Dwyer.
He did look like Bud Dwyer.
Looks a lot like Bud Dwyer.
Yeah, it was Peter Cushing, Bud Dwyer, and George Takei.
Yeah.
George Takei.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I would go 5 just because it's not quite gimmicky enough. I do like the Hans Gruber line, like, former Hitler Youth. That whole exchange is so great. And just the fact that whenever anything's not happening, he's just constantly sucking down bouillabaisse. Like the moment any kind of fracas starts, he's just like, oh good, I can go back to this. So yeah, and he was. I wish we had a little bit more time with the Nazi. He was so fun. But yeah, no, 5 for me.
We'll go a little lower, 4, like right middle of the road, because it was a whole lot of fun. All the characters were a lot of fun for different reasons. They just weren't memorable. Kind of your thing of like, it wasn't gimmicky enough. It's like, this is really fun, and it just comes and goes. There's nothing memorable. I mean, Jaws was a dumb fucking character, but he had steel teeth. Like, there was nothing memorable. Like you said, the most memorable thing is, oh, you're a Hitler Youth. And then another guy has a cestus, which is the thing you always see playing. Like, anytime you catch it on TV, that's the part they show. Like, oh, the cestus. But other than that, you've never seen like highlights?
I've never seen anybody even talk about this movie before. Like, I know it exists. Like, I knew it exists, obviously. But
that's always the part they show is like, aha, he's got the cestus. Like, it's, they show it like it happens throughout the movie. Like, he's constantly pursuing him and this is his kill weapon. But no, it's just a random shit he has in his belt. He uses it once, never see it again. Go fuck yourself. So like, if it were a little bit more memorable, if they had an eye patch, a dick that only spoke in rhyme, something. But no, it's really fun, but comes and goes.
I do also like that with that character, Rodney, he's such a fucking weenus. Like at the very end, because he yells at the group, he yells at Galaxy for being like, oh no, we should just give him the power and we should turn on our whole thing. He's like, no, you fuckers, and he kills everybody and destroys everything more. And then he goes to the desk and he's like, everyone, you're about to die, listen to me. And even the volcano's like, fuck you, and just like and smashes the unit. Like he felt like a Futurama or like an Archer villain. Yeah. It was really cool as far as like seeing the nugget of that character and what they were kind of going for. This movie is so much fucking better than you really expect it to be.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the reason why I would only disagree with it not being gimmicky enough, because I feel like for me, I feel like it struck a good balance. Because my only worry is you being too gimmicky is like, I don't know, I feel like Austin Powers would come to mind just because it's more direct. And I feel like if you do it too gimmicky, it might come off that way. I mean, obviously, they executed it well, but it was one of those things like I feel like there was still enough where each scene still had enough couple gags, but there was still enough levity to it.
See, I disagree with that because this is a movie where a German Shepherd leads a general into somebody's sex pad. So, like, I feel like the movie is definitely, it can do gimmick without overdoing it.
Yeah, I think they had room to do that. Like ample room without going over the line. Like they could have added more without going straight into Austin Powers Goldmember territory of just like, all right, this is too much.
So one of the other baddies that we forgot to mention in the movie was the anti-American eagle that attacks on it just knows, and it attacks Flint when he's on the island. Great scene. It's hilarious.
This eagle can smell French fries and failure, you fucking fat dorks. It attacks Americans.
I'm dead. I'm fucking dead. The only way I'm surviving is if I go to a Wendy's. I don't eat those fucking things.
They're disgusting. Come on.
Say, what does that eagle attack mean?
He's been trained to recognize and attack Americans.
Anti-American eagle. It's diabolical.
So one category this movie really takes from James Bond and just fucking runs with it is gadgets. There is an improvement not only in quality but also quantity. One gadget in and of itself has 82 features, 83 if you want to light a cigar.
Is it his watch or his lighter that he uses to detect a bomb? Or was it a piece of each?
It was his lighter.
Is it lighter? Because
Oh,
he
yeah,
sticks
he
a doodad
He pulled something out and he puts like a brooch in it or something like that.
and then uses that to detect a bomb, as you do with a lighter.
So one of the things they established in the movie was that Flint can stop his heart rate and like essentially play dead. There's a great scene where he's got all of his assistants there and he's laying between two chairs, probably much to the dismay of James Coburn's back.
Yeah, that's why he walks around like his fucking back hurts the whole goddamn movie.
Because he's literally, it's just his head and then just his feet, and he's laying between them, suspended. And yeah, he stops his heart rate, and then later that comes back when he gets like stuck in the safe, and he pretends that he's suffocated from lack of oxygen. So like, he's got like a little watch that like it pops out a little thing. It's like tick, 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 tick. It just goes back and forth, and somehow that wakes him up. But I mean, it was kind of cool visually to see it happen. He also has like a number system that he relays information back to like HQ and all that.
It's a mathematical progression, 40, 26, 36. It's based on...
I can imagine what it's based on.
And he does talk to through the little gadget thing as a microphone.
Oh yeah.
It's so like a built-in radio, so you know it's got satellite radio presumably because they can get him pretty far. Except for when he's on Galaxy Island, and then, you know, that's a thing that they established is that there's no reception there. But
yeah, the gadgets in this movie are top notch.
I'm gonna give 007. Honestly, it's because every time a gadget came out, it always popped the room. We always started laughing. The fucking the goofy ass fucking weird.
Oh, little headlight.
Where he had
thing.
the miner's light thing.
Yeah.
And the fucking the droopy fucking shit from his shirt. He just looked like a fucking mantis shrimp with a fucking thing on his forehead. He popped up and I was just like, Nanu, Nanu. I was like, what the fuck is this bullshit? Yeah, no, 007 for me all the way.
007. I mean, like you said, it's a gadget a minute. Every single one is inventive. Every single one is fun. And the lighter itself, even as a lighter, looks great. And I mean, it's established as a huge boon to him because when it gets zapped, he's like, I lost my lighter. Fuck me. So, yeah, 007. Easy.
Oh yeah, totally agree. 007. It just perfect in every execution, all the stuff. It was kind of funny too because at the beginning of the movie, as a jab to James Bond, they actually have the suitcase with a knife as like direct reference. He's like, I don't need that. And he just gets out of there. So yeah, any scene with the gadget was just hilarious most of the time. So can't agree more.
All right, music. Jesus. I mean, it's good. There's no like signature tracks, but it's thoroughly enjoyable. What?
You mean signature tracks in terms of there's
Like
no like
stuff
title
that-
tracks.
yeah,
There's
stuff
no
that's like
From Russia with Love, Goldfinger.
Exactly.
Title theme.
Yeah,
No title
there's
theme.
definitely a theme
Yeah.
that they do a very good job of doing over. Like it is a theme that is reused in multiple different iterations throughout the movie.
All right, well,
And it does
hard
a
of hearing,
very-
so I guess I
does-
didn't
no, it
notice
does a
it
very
as
good
much
job
as
of
you.
it.
But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. It just didn't stick out as much to me. No super, but like it fit every scene. It ebbed and flowed when it needed to, so kudos there. I mean, I'm not the best person with music, obviously, it's hard of hearing, but I really enjoyed it, and it wasn't the James Bond theme 38 times in a row.
You hate that fucking song.
I'll just give it middle of the road, probably like 5. Really good, not great, not holding a note till the lady passes out. Was that Eartha Kitt singing? No, it's somebody else, right? That's not Eartha Kitt.
Shirley Bassey.
Shirley Macy. Jesus, why did
Bassey.
Macy?
Bassey?
Bassey.
There you go.
Macy.
Yeah.
Macy Gray.
Yep, that's right.
Macy Gray.
She owns the department store.
Macy Gray singing. Macy Gray sang the theme to Apartment Flint.
I said my same spot. How's that, Macy Gray?
Well, considering what I know where the middle of the road is, I'm going to go with a 4. It's one of those things that, like, yeah, there's a couple good scenes where the music does really accentuate things. Like, there's, like, my favorite shot of the movie is when Flint's climbing up a very, very tall ladder, and, like, it follows him, and it's a really cool tracking shot, and it ends with him, climbing up and all that, and, like, and the music's, that's, part of where everyone knows where he is on the island, and they start coming to him, he starts fighting all that, so. But it's also not that, like, it's good, but I wouldn't say it's that memorable. I'd say that I kind of wish there was, kind of like a title theme more. I kind of wish there was something a little bit more gimmicky in the sense of that, just because I feel like that would have been something that I could have drawn more from it. I mean, I know it's not music, but if I had to include the ringtone, that was awesome. The ringtone was really great.
Yes, sir? But I sent General Hawkins himself, sir. Yes, sir. I'll contact Flint personally. Yes, sir. It'll be a pleasure, sir.
Any scene where there's just stuff happening and the ringtone happens, like it felt fun to, like, oh, something's gonna happen, and it felt rewarding. So I thought that was kind of a cool aspect to it. But yeah, 4.
So, I know, once again, not exactly music, but the sound mixing and sound effects in this movie are really good, especially compared to lots of the early Bond movies where random stuff is super fucking loud for no reason. And, like, doors are just like, wah, wah. And it's like, who mixed this? This movie does a lot better with ambient noises, breaking, smashing, like the fight scene. Like, it flows a lot better. It doesn't sound like a Benny Hill sketch at times. So I'll give it credit for that, even though it's not technically music.
I really like the Iron Man Flint theme, so I'm going to go 6. I like the variation on the theme, specifically when you mentioned him going up the ladder. They do a variation on the theme that is, like you're saying, it's the way that it's different is that it's more action-packed. It's got a lot more weight behind it. So I really like that version of the theme. So, like, as I was watching, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna find the soundtrack as soon as we're done watching this movie, because it's in, and I never felt that about any of the other Bond movies that we've seen. So yeah, I'll go 6 for music. One thing that they do with the music though is when he has his 4 assistants, each time that he would get up to dance with them, painfully, each girl had a different theme, and thankfully it wasn't like, oh, this is the Japanese girl. They just do the like, thankfully they didn't do that. They were like, oh, here's the fucking French girl. Oh, there's a Mexican girl, and just the fucking. Thankfully they didn't do that. It wasn't like fucking Epcot. So it wasn't that at least. But yeah, they did have they thematically they would change the dance as it went along. And then James Coburn sat down just like fucking Iron Man. Oh God, please don't make me move.
One other thing I just wanted to point out in that scene that was just fun is that literally everyone is just eyeing him. They're just like, as they go sit down, you just see everyone just looking at them, and it's just like, even when they go up to go dancing, they're like, this motherfucker, he's got 4 women, must be Mormon.
Yeah, Mormon Derek Flint. And there's something else I didn't mention from that scene is the fucking dart, the harp dart.
Oh,
that's so fucking awesome.
That was pretty good.
Even though like they needlessly pull the dart out, they smell it, hide it. She goes to change, come back. Like he could have just held the fucking dart. There's no reason for that.
Yeah. But when they pull back the harpist, the original one, it's like a Wile E. Coyote like comedy shot, just yoink, and she's gone, and they replace her with the.
God, this movie's so much goddamn fun. I'm so excited for the sequel.
All right, gentlemen, we're at our overall score, so we're going to evaluate how good the movie was. After some calculations that I did in my head, because I'm a smart boy and I went to math school, we had a 4.8. Normally we do round down, but we're actually going to round up for our man Flint and give it a 5.
I like that score.
Yeah, that's an appropriate score. It's incredibly enjoyable. We get to see James Coburn, all 6'12" of him, doing parkour. It's fucking great.
In watching this movie, it felt like 60s James Bond and 60s Godzilla like just had a love child, and it's Our Man Flint, which is fucking, that's my jam. Holy shit, was this movie a lot of fun. And I really wish that it would be, you know what, that's why I like Man from U.N.C.L.E. so goddamn much, because it was like a modern version of that same kind of mash together. I really liked it. But yeah, no, this movie's great. Watch it. I think 5 is from a cinematic standpoint, like if we're really going to go through the merits of the movie, yeah, 5 is probably right. But if I had like a personal rating, like my own personal overall, like it's like right below perfect tier. It's great.
And yeah, like you said, it's perfectly rewatchable. I kind of, in a lot of ways, like Hot Fuzz. It's one of those movies that there's just there's fun stuff going on, and every time you watch it, you always get fun out of it. Or I'd say you'd probably catch up a couple more things on a rewatch. You'd probably pick up a couple more fun things that you may not have noticed. But yeah, it really funny. Great action stuff too. All the explosion stuff at the end is a lot of fun.
I don't know how someone didn't fucking die.
Yeah.
Or the set just didn't just burst into flames. The sparklers and shit going everywhere. Mm-hmm. Those real goddamn arcs coming off the fucking throat switches. James Coburn, there's no way he had fucking wrist hair. Like, it just had to have been fucking annihilated.
Yeah, you literally see a styrofoam rock just peg a lady in the head.
Yeah.
Just bonk.
Oh, yeah.
I do like how he beats the crap out of fake James Bond. Like, just totally unabashedly. There's no wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It's just like, I'm beating up James Bond. I'm better. I'm James Coburn.
They name check Spectre specifically. Yeah. And it's like, it's done in a way that he's giving him information while they're fighting. I really like that scene. That was a lot of fun.
Hello, Flint.
008.
I wanted to work with you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Good boy. Narcotics, Flint. It's a new powerful drug. Did you hear anything?
No. Spectre involved?
It's bigger than Spectre. Who is it? Galaxy.
Galaxy, is that all?
That's it.
So long, 008.
So long, Flint.
008.
008, yep. And it was great too because when they're like tossing back and forth, and then Flint just ends it with throwing him, and he just like flails himself out of a door, and he's just like, later, and he's just gone.
Right.
Great scene.
It's nice to see James Coburn clearly having fun in a movie in a way that legitimately I've never seen him have fun like this again, except Hudson Hawk.
No, you forgot one of his best performances. The Muppet Show.
Oh, yeah.
Where he physically threatens Kermit.
Oh, that's
and
true.
Probably broke Jim Henson's wrist.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, well, just don't forget that the closing numbers are rootin' tootin', gun-totin' cowboy desperados shoot 'em up.
Yeah, Kermit, listen, Animal and I have been talking this over, and there's an awful lot of violence in entertainment these days. We'd like to do something a little bit more enlightened. Something more serene, like maybe a salute to Japan.
Oh. Yeah, well, we already have the cowboys and we rented the horses, though.
We want to do something serene.
Serene! Yes, well, that's a good idea. Yes, indeed. A salute to Japan, of course.
Yeah, no, great movie. All the funny gags. There's so much fun stuff in this.
There's stuff that we just didn't even talk about.
Yeah, like it would just might as well like show a montage. I mean, just go watch it yourself.
Yeah,
it's so good.
That's one thing that we can say about License to Kill. See these movies. Like this is definitely a companion piece. See these movies, and this specifically. There's gonna be some non-Bond movies where we're gonna be like, fucking don't watch this. This is one. Please go out and see this movie. It's fucking great.
Fun as hell from beginning to end.
Yeah. And it's available. You can get it on, Amazon, iTunes, and all that kind of stuff. It's not something that's out of print. It's fucking worth it. It's really good.
I'd say my only recommendation is don't make this drink.
Don't
your
drink this
companion.
goddamn drink.
This is the fucking worst.
Fucking goddamn worst.
It's really colorful, but who cares?
So will my shit. It'll be very colorful.
Yeah, it'll be blue and purple turds.
This is the worst fucking thing that's ever happened on Christmas.
Alrighty, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for everything. And a special thank you to our Patreons, patrons, whatever you want to call them. Make sure you check out our Patreon. There is actually special stuff on there, other stuff you can check out. So do at least check it out and give it a cursory glance. A special shout out to Harley's Love Shack for making the shirt. Shirt looks great. I'm lumpy, sitting in a lumpy chair, but the shirt is great. Thank you so much, and thank you for checking out another video of ours.
You look like a cupcake shoved in a tube sock.
Moderately Neato.